Well, look what we have here. If it's not a bunch of podcast listening Mascola Money fans, I don't know how else to put it, but thank you for tuning in to our show today. And when I say our, I mean my show. We are going to have another great episode on tap for you as we are checking into a brand new top 5 power rankings. So we'll get that going in a moment. Hope everybody enjoyed the last few episodes. We've actually reached over 1,000 views as a channel, so make sure you're checking those out. But let's get right into it here. So let's not wait anymore. Here they are, your power rankings for the week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
The Mascola Money Podcast, Top 5 Power Rankings of the Week. It's time! Today we are being conscious of the calendar and we are going to acknowledge the Sunday event coming up. It's Mother's Day, and with that said, top 5 gifts to give your mother on Mother's Day or your mother figure. So here we go, number 5. Batting lead off on the countdown this week, we have a cool card with a cool personalized message inside. Now, we've been coming up with cards since we were little. They've varied in the level of creativity potentially or the level of neatness, but whether you make your own card or you buy a card, just make sure it's clever or funny. Mother's Day is generally meant to keep an upbeat sense of attitude and humor. Yeah, you can get a little sentimental if you really want to. My style is more to be funny, and through your own giving of the card, that should be enough. If you can make it creative and customized to your own mother or mother figure, even better. But number 5, we're starting out with cards.
4.
Number 4 today, we have flowers. Now, flowers are always a big popular thing amongst girls and women, and especially so as a gift. Now, Mother's Day comes around the time when spring is finally starting to blossom after what for us has been a pretty awful winter. Flowers are just kind of reinforcing the fact that spring is around, in addition to the fact that you're giving her a gift that hopefully is jovial and full of bright and very colorful flowers that she can enjoy for the next couple weeks, hopefully, if they are being watered and they do not die. So, pro tip, if you notice that they are not getting watered, make sure you do it yourself to add to the longevity of the flowers. But number 4 is flowers for Mother's Day gift.
3.
Number 3 today is the holy matrimony that is the marriage between our breakfast and our lunch. And somehow we came up along the line with the term brunch, which is that meal in between, often around lunchtime or late morning. Features a lot of breakfast food, but some lunch food as well. Now, there's a couple different ways you could go about this. If you're someone who is good at cooking, or you would like to try to attempt to cook as a show of, maybe your mother is someone who often cooks or is just appreciative of good food, you can be the one who cooks or makes food for a change, especially if it's something you don't normally do. Or you could just take her out to a trendy restaurant, either a place that you have been wanting to try with her and your family, or her favorite place, perhaps. You can never get tired of your favorites, right? Unless you do it every single day and then you get tired of it and then it's no longer your favorite. But that's going down a different tangent now, so we'll get away from that. But yeah, brunch. Brunch is great. So many different options and combinations. Everybody loves brunch. Why wouldn't you love brunch on Mother's Day? So number 3 today, brunch.
2.
Number 2, I'm going to assume you're going to need me to elaborate a little on when I say this. So I'm going to title it as a need gift. Need gift is number 2. Now here comes the explanation part. What do I mean by need gift? Well, there are plenty of want gifts, right? I want a new car. I want a new furniture item. I want a new t-shirt. But those are not things you need. Those are things you might enjoy. I find the best gifts are often things that people need that they don't have, that they have put off for whatever reason. They're too busy. They have too much stuff going on. They're forgetting about it. It's too expensive, or they're budgeting for it. For example, maybe your mother needs a new appliance. Maybe she needs a new toaster. Maybe she needs a new microwave. Maybe she is wearing some old shoes that she is very much aware of the fact that have overstayed their welcome, and she needs a new pair of sneakers, heels, whatever, etc. Maybe she needs a new mirror for her room. Maybe she drives a lot and a gas gift card would be perfect for her. Whatever it is, think of a need for that specific individual and something you could get to plug or fulfill that need. If you do that, that person will be appreciative of the fact that you were able to figure out something that is making their life easier or enhanced, and it's something that they're actually going to use frequently because it's a need, not a want. So number 2 is a need gift. And our number 1 gift idea on the countdown today is a handmade gift. Now, if you are a student, you should be familiar with the idea that you are making things throughout different types of classes, whether it's art, whether it's facts or consumer, home and careers, things like that, whether it's technology class with me. You have been making things that maybe you've personally wanted to hang on to, but if you are willing to part ways with it, it can still be visible in your home most likely or in your family's home if you are willing to give it to your mother. And I guarantee you, if it is something you made, they will appreciate it. And the good thing for you is it doesn't really cost you much money, you would think, comparatively to some things you might buy, because you spent the time to make it. And the price of the time is part of the consideration of this gift as much as anything of the output. Now, the nicer it looks, the better it would be, right? But ultimately, something that you make will always have a sentimental value to the person you give it to. I made a clock for my mom when I was doing tech at Felix Festa a couple of years ago. We were doing a clock project, and I made a clock of the Irish flag, and I gave that to her, and she really enjoyed that. Later, the next month, I gave, for my dad for Father's Day, I gave a clock that I made him for the college he went to. Regardless of what it is, anything you make will hopefully be something that your family member and your mother or your mother figure will really cherish. So I think if you go a handmade gift, that's kind of a surefire way to get a good reaction, especially if you put legitimate time and thought into it. And obviously the hard work and effort to make it. So that's number 1 on the list today, handmade gift. And with that, we are done with our list for the day. Now, before we sign off for the show, just a few final thoughts on Mother's Day. Obviously, these lists are meant to be fun, and they're meant to elicit conversation and thought and, just a general enjoyment to whatever the list is about that week. But because it's about Mother's Day this week, I just wanted to say that Mother's Day doesn't have to be a gift or about celebrating your mother specifically. If someone else is a mother figure to you, regardless of who that person is, show them you appreciate them. With that being said, there are people that we all know who may not have a mother for whatever reason. And without getting into it, for some people, it's a tough day to go through Mother's Day if that's your circumstance. So while we are celebrating mothers and mother figures, if you know someone in those circumstances, maybe reach out to them, text, call, whatever it is. Just let them know you're thinking about them that day, and I guarantee that will be something they really appreciate, and they will respect you for considering them and thinking about them on a day where you have something that they might be missing or longing for. But that was just a little sentimental thought. Separate from that here, that's going to be the end of the show today. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, What's Up Wednesdays, Suffern Middle School Podcasts. And make sure you check out the shows that the other kids and students are doing. They're putting out great stuff, and they keep getting better and better. Like I said, we're over 1,000 views, so make sure you're part of the party and share them and spread the word to your friends. With that said, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your upcoming weekend, and we'll have another show next week. Signing off, this is Mascola, and I am out.